The government has injected 2 billion Kenya shillings to combat the famine and drought ravaging the country. President William Ruto said the funds will be used to mop up foodstuffs to be distributed in hunger-stricken areas to alleviate the ongoing suffering. The president indicated that another 10 billion Kenya shillings from the donor community would help boost government efforts to mitigate the effects of drought.
At a meeting with the Red Cross at State House, the president said the government is stepping up its interventions to alleviate effects of famine and the ravages of drought in the country. With the food distribution ongoing across 10 worst-hit counties, where 3.2 billion shillings had initially been injected, the president said an additional 2 billion shillings will help mitigate the ravages of drought.
And we are looking to work with our development partners to raise an additional 10 billion to be able to manage the current drought and ensure that no part of our country is unfairly affected by drought.
The president rallied leaders from the affected arid and semi-arid counties to collaborate with government and non-governmental organizations to map out affected areas for remedy. This, as the president said, there will be a mop-up exercise in counties where there is food glut to be distributed to the needy areas.
Regions where we have food surplus, we have agreed with the management of Red Cross that these 600 million shillings, 340 from the private sector and 260 million from government, a total of 600 million shillings will be used in that intervention.
With the drought scourge hitting national parks and reserves, claiming the country's trophies in wildlife, the state has allocated 200 million shillings to Kenya Wildlife Service, and to retain school-going children in schools, the government is scaling up the school feeding program.
We are making available corned beef for most of our school-going children in ASAL and arid and semi-arid areas, again to ensure that school attendance is not affected by this current drought.
Therefore, to mobilize resources towards battling what the president described the worst drought to have hit the country in 40 years, received a boost after the Jamia Mosque Committee in Nairobi donated 4 million shillings to Red Cross. Funds, the Red Cross said, will be used to rehabilitate water facilities to avail water in drought-prone regions.
We started our appeal as Jamia to enable ordinary members of the community, who I must say are really touched by the plight of our fellow countrymen facing the biting drought. We'll, in the next coming weeks, extend our appeal by reaching out to various corporates and individuals to support our initiative.
There are many water facilities in this country that have broken down for one reason or another, and all it requires is some support to rehabilitate it and to make it functional, and for it to continue to serve thousands and millions of people. So it's one area we really want to commend Jamia for actually choosing this.
As Kenya Red Cross, we will always be transparent in whatever we receive. We will always utilize for the intended purpose, and we will come back to those who have given us their support and tell them this is what has happened with your money.
The president insisted that to shield the country from the ongoing drought calamity and net effect of climate change, all and sundry should embrace tree planting exercise to increase forest cover in the country. Sam Ogina, Citizen TV, Nairobi.